Ooh, guys, it's a scorcher. It's going to be 100 degrees here today. So I'm trying to get some work done this morning in the garage. Good morning. Guys, it's Kristen LeDuc, owner of Porch Nook, a decorative paint business now located in California. Good morning. Give me a shout out. Put something in comments. Just let me know that this live is up and running. Okay. For me, this is a holiday. I'm like, this is like Christmas morning for me. I kind of woke up with butterflies and like that excited stomach feeling this morning because I actually get to paint today. I get to paint stuff. I got done with my 2018 line of colors. Yay. Yeah, and now we're kind of mostly moved in now. So I feel like my bandwidth is opened up and now I can actually paint and be creative. So you guys, I'm just going to start painting because I have been waiting for this day, gosh, since last fall. Seriously, since last fall. So I'm just going to start going. I'm going to paint. What are you guys up to today? Okay, so here's my plan. I've got 2 Drexel pieces. Give me a shout out if you're familiar with the vintage brand Drexel. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Drexel is my favorite. Here's why. Is that it's, usually you can get them for about $25 to $50 a pop, whether it's an end table or a coffee table. Sometimes you can get a really nice china cabinet or dining set for maybe $200 a pop. And the thing is that they are so well made, just rock solid pieces made in America. This is, these 2 pieces actually are a matching set. This is a side table. This is a coffee table. Oh, looks like I have a delivery. Hello, DHL. Anyway, so this one, how do I know it's a Drexel? How do I know it's from the Cabernet line? Well, I know this because it's written on the bottom. I'll show you. There we go. Can you see this? Give me a thumbs up if you can see this. Hi, thanks Amazon.
Yeah, I'll leave it right
Hi,
there for you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Hot dog. Thank you, you too. Father's Day gift. Okay, so this is Cabernet by Drexel. The thing is, about Drexel pieces is something about the owners of Drexel pieces. Usually when I find one, I always buy it every time because usually the owners of Drexel treat their pieces like royalty. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, Lorena. Lorena's here. You guys, have you seen her work on the Porch Nook page lately? I love bragging about her. She's amazing. She's in Nevada. Hi, Lorena. So good to see you. All right, so today I'm going to be painting this end table using my Sublime, Porch Nook Sublime. It's like this. What would you call this? Like a chartreuse? Some would say like a lemon lime, almost like an acid green. I love this color because, you know, this is actually one of the colors that sets Porch Nook apart because there are a lot of great brands out there that really focus on the earthy tones of colors. Porch Nook is all about vibrancy. We're all about pop, pop, pop and deep, deep color. So, and I actually need to increase my color portfolio for Sublime, so I decided to do this end table and Sublime. Now I decided I'm actually going to create a collection of tables and furniture. I think I'm also going to get a tall boy dresser, where basically I'm going to create a collection of pieces that kind of go together within the same color scheme. You know, and right now I'm focusing on citrus. So I'm going to do Sublime on this table. I'm going to do another color, and you guys are going to help me choose which color to do on this coffee table. And then later on, we're going to figure out together, probably later this week, what we're going to do with the dresser. And that way I'm going to actually shoot, right? Shoot using my little mini photography sweep. We're going to shoot the pieces together as a collection. I think I may also find some vintage accessories too, so that it would match the citrus look to all these pieces. Shoot them together, then also shoot them individually too. That way you can try to market, if you're into painting and selling furniture like I am, and like a lot of my other artists out there who use Porch Nook paint. We paint stuff and we sell it. And there are multiple ways that you can market it. You can try to market a group of stuff, or maybe you can find one seller to find, you know, one fell swoop of a purchase. Or then you can also break it up into individual pieces. All right, so again, Sublime. So yes, I do all my colors using dollhouse furniture. Who out there is tired of looking at chalky finish paint colors using only a paint stick? This girl is. So I started painting my stuff using actually dollhouse vinegar because my brain needs to look at something like three-dimensional. So I shoot all on porchnook.com. I shoot all the jars of my paint alongside of it, a dollhouse table. That's what I do. That's what I do. I need to see things three-dimensionally. Now, what color should I paint this guy? I have Butter Me Up. Okay, let me hold this up next to each other. So what's going to look best with Sublime? I got Butter Me Up. I have Marigold. And I have Monarch. Do you see where I'm going here? Kind of a citrus look. So if you guys can give me a shout out in comments, which color, again, this is going to be painted Sublime, which color I should use on the bigger coffee table. I'm sorry, I wish I had more hands. Don't we, ladies? We all wish we had more hands, because you know what? We use them. We would use them all. Let me know what you think. Lorena, thanks for your engagement. Let me know what color you think I should do the big coffee table. I figured I should do the smaller table using the Sublime because it is such a statement color. Maybe something so big, you know, like a coffee table. That's me being conservative. I just thought that was a wiser choice, you know, for the citrus collection that I'm making. All right, so let me know. Guys, I'm going to leave these out so you can think about it. Again, I would love your opinions on what colors should do this coffee table. All right, so I pretty much prepped my tables already. Clean your pieces, guys. Always clean your pieces. Do I have any furniture painting artists out there? Give me a shout out. I would love to hear from you. All right, so always clean your pieces. There's some brands out there that say, oh, just use our paint, just, you know, slap it on top of the grit and the grime and the decades of funk that's on there. I say no. Don't do that. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better about your piece if you just clean it. I use mineral spirits. It comes in odorless form as well. This one's odorless. I'm sorry, it's backwards. Love this stuff. I simply just save like my apple juice cartons. Once I get done with an apple juice carton, my hubby knows, don't throw away the apple juice cartons because my wife's going to use them for her painting. I put about 1 part mineral spirits, 5 parts water. Shake it up, put it on a rag, right? Wipe down your piece thoroughly. I like this exercise of cleaning your piece because, you know, you also get to know the piece better and you actually start brainstorming and actually figure out, oh, you know what? There's this little bit of detail, you know, you're working on. I love this detail, and you can actually think of different little details you can do just by cleaning it. The exercise of cleaning is great, and actually I assure you will provide even a better product at the end. Okay, so also what I did, so I cleaned that one, I cleaned this one. At the same time, I cleaned a bunch of boards, cabinet boards, at the same time. I'm all about saving on switch cost. Does anyone know what I'm talking about when I talk about switch cost? So whenever I'm doing one step for a project, I try to line up as many projects as I can that need to have the same step done at this also. So for example, even though I got a dresser and an armoire over there, sitting there, and I'm probably not going to get to for another 2 weeks, even though I'm cleaning these tables and I'm not going to get to those later, I'm going to clean those now. Because time is money, right? It takes time to get out your stuff, to get out your rags, to dedicate time, you know, to get stuff done, to actually put the focus into getting a particular part of your project done. Switch costs, that's what I'm talking about, switch costs. Save on your switch costs. If you're cleaning a piece, clean every piece that you got available to you, whether it be accessories, anything. And you believe me, you're gonna be so thankful you did it. So why do I buy these boards, these cover boards? Can anyone give me a shout out in comments why I may buy these? Tell me. If I'm ever nervous, there are a couple of reasons. First, if I have a client, okay, who wants me to paint their piece. Before working on their piece, because you know you're working on their property. It's a big deal. It's a lot of responsibility. Do you know what I'm saying? I find a cabinet board at Habitat for Humanity. These cabinet boards, gosh, well in Wisconsin they run for about $1 a pop. Here in California, everything's more expensive. They're about $3 to $5, depending on the size. Morning.
Good morning.
Hi, neighbor.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm on Facebook Live right now.
Oh, okay.
I'll catch you later.
Okay.
Okay, see ya, Margie. Bye. So I'll let you know. I'll show you everything later.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So then, so I have a client, what I do is that I find a board at Habitat for Humanity. They have them in different finishes, different colors. This one's in like a dark cherry. This one's in an oak, right? Sorry for the interruption, by the way. She's a sweet gal. And what I do is that I apply the treatment that I'm going to use on their piece. Again, find a similar finish. Apply the treatment, the color, right? The amount of shabbiness. And then you give them the swatchboard. You have them live with the swatchboard. Make them sign off on the swatchboard. And that way everyone feels better invested in the next step and actually moving forward with the project. Another reason why I get these is that who out there ever goes into like creative paralysis? Like you've got all the stuff, you get all your paint, you got all your tools, but yet you don't move on it. Who's ever done that? I still do that. Whenever I'm nervous about something that's new to me, right? I stop. I have a dramatic pause and I actually don't touch the project for maybe a week or two. I don't know. These are a great way to basically break the paralysis. You get a board, you just start going, you just start testing it. The unknown is scary, right? But these boards for, a couple dollars a piece, apply what you want to do to your big dresser or whatever it is, and you'll feel better about things. Get it done. Get yourself a swatchboard. Practice before you actually apply it to your big piece. Okay, I'm just going to start painting. Have I been talking enough? Am I talking enough? All right. So again, if you're just joining us, you guys, we're going to be doing Sublime on this little Drexel side table. I need your opinion, please, on the coffee table behind me. I'm doing a citrus look for these two tables. I'm going to be bringing a dresser in maybe later this week. But I need to know with the Sublime, which is on this table here, right? Sublime. I need to know if I need to do this coffee table in Marigold, or should I do it in Monarch? I can try to hold all these. I don't know if I can. There we go. Or if I should do Butter Me Up. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see these okay. It's kind of bright in the garage here. All right. Marigold, I'm painting Sublime already on the small table. Monarch, Butter Me Up. I am going to shab up these tables a bit, do a little bit of distressing, a little bit of dark wax. I'm super excited. And actually, it was Wendy Burchick in Texas, one of my artists. She's working with Marigold right now. It looks so stinking good. I got so jealous. So I'm secretly hoping that you guys are going to be voting for Marigold. I do. All right, let's get started. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know how you are. So this is my little 4 liquid ounce samplers. I just invested in new Tupperware. It's not even Tupperware. I think it's Pyrex, right? A new Pyrex set for storing leftovers. So I was really excited actually to get these old ones into my studio. Okay. Now with any piece of furniture, there is going to be a little voice in your head. Tell me if you got this voice, because I got one. I have several, but that's between me and my therapist. There is a time when sometimes you want to skip the process of removing, let's say, the hardware off of a piece. Has anyone done this? Skipped it? You just, want to go the lazy way, go the easy way? Don't do it. So this cute side table has a little platform here. It's like a little drink table. Love it. So cute. Can you see it in the camera? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. I thought my lazy voice was saying, oh no, just paint around it. You'll do just fine. No, don't do that because, you could clot up paint in the seams. Maybe you want to keep this hardware as is. So I'm going to remove it. I already took off the hardware. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to put that aside for later. Who knows? I may not even want to paint it. I may just, test it out, see if I like it as is. You guys, this is a big moment for me. I'm going to paint. Since September, my first time since September. Since September, October, I've just been focusing on getting my color line completed for 2018. And getting the house ready for market, and then moving to California, la la la, you guys know the drill. And I've been so lucky to work with my artists like Lorena in Nevada and Wendy in Texas. All right, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. Lorena, you like Butter Me Up. Thanks for the vote. Lorena likes Butter Me Up for the table behind me. Oh, you guys, I can't wait. I got butterflies. This is Sublime. I think this was named by Ben in Waunakee, Wisconsin. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Oh, this makes me so happy. All right, I'm going to get on my knees here. I'm just going to start painting. Let me know, you guys, if I need to give you guys a better angle. Okay. Oh, I'm loving this. You know, this color scares a lot of people away. It does. But, you know, you can actually see this color. It's like a limeade, kind of like a chartreuse. You can see this in a lot of patterns out there, in like pillows and curtains. It's very springy, very bright, but also it's kind of edgy. Do I need to move this table over? Tell me. How's that? Have it back a little bit. You like that? There we go. So Lorena, if you are still there, what are you working on this week? Now this paint dries pretty quickly. It does. So chalky finish paint, if you're not familiar with it, it has a grit-like texture once it dries. And when it dries, it feels, you know, you'll feel a gritty texture on the surface. It'll also feel kind of porous. Now when it dries, some people like the grit. They like the texture and they just leave it. But with a chalky finish paint, folks traditionally want to sand down with a very light grit sandpaper. They want to sand down and sand out that grit texture. Only takes a few seconds to do that. So, oh my God, I'm in love with this. You know, I know this color is not everyone's cup of tea. I get it. I love it. So again, this is Sublime. Kind of wish I had a pillow or something for my knees. This kind of hurts. Hey, Stacy. What are you applying paint with? Good question. All right. There are a lot of ways of applying paint. I am not a purist. I'm not. I almost lost my paint. I'm just using a sponge. I'm all about repurposing with purpose. This is actually packaging foam I got from an Amazon shipment that I got a couple of weeks ago. Instead of just throwing it away, I use it for painting. Chalk paint brushes that are out there, great. They're very nice. I find them to be ridiculously expensive. I also tend to use regular paint brushes. I do. But today I just felt like sponging it. I did. You know why? Because I unpacked them first since landing in California. So I use a sponge, you know, and it also saves me some cleanup time. I mean, how many hours, tell me, how many hours of your life have you lost painting brush or cleaning your brushes? I know I've lost a lot. So whenever I have some packaging materials that are left over from a shipment that I get at the house, you know, from Amazon or whatever, I just cut up the sponges, the matting. Now granted, it does leave some lines on here. It's not a smooth application, but I'm okay with that. For me, it's kind of a no-fuss situation when I use a sponge, because I can just throw it away after I'm done. See if you guys can see this okay. That is awesome. Thanks for saying it's awesome. And thank you for liking the color. You know, a lot of people are scared of it. Stacy, I swear. So again, Sublime. Sublime. The link is on the subject title of this live, if you're interested in checking it out. I only have one piece painted by one of my artists using Sublime. And so I want to make sure I got a piece done ASAP so I can put it on the color portfolio on porchnook.com. That's why I'm using it today. I also promised my husband that I would start wearing gloves while I'm painting. I'm a very messy person. Who out there is really messy? I am a messy person. I promised him that I would start using gloves because I'm always going out into public just covered head to toe in paint. And especially my nails. Covered in nails. Now another reason why I wanted to use a sponge today, I forgot about this, is because I have who knows what this is down here? This interwoven feature of the piece of furniture here. Who knows what this woven feature is called? Give me a shout out. Now because it's a woven wood, I didn't want to use a brush because I felt like a brush would lay on the paint too heavy. Does that make sense? And I thought a sponge would help me do a lighter disbursement of the paint. So that's why another reason why I thought about doing the sponge. I forgot. That's one of the reasons. And see, can you imagine with a brush how it would? Hey, hello, Ms. Burton. Thanks for the smiley face. Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. All right, I'm gonna turn it around a little bit here, guys. You give me a shout out if I'm not giving you a good angle. Like if you want me to put the camera down, put it closer, let me know. Whatever's good for you guys, you just tell me. So for those of you who are joining us, I do need you guys to help me choose a color here for this other table. So this is the Sublime. You know what? I'll get this out of the way so I don't confuse you. This is Monarch. This is Butter Me Up. This is Marigold. What color should I paint this table? So my idea is I want to create like a citrus collection of end tables. Shab them up, distress them. Use a dark wax on them, just a little bit. You know, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what the California market is like. Lindsay Snow! Oh, honey, how are you? Lindsay Snow from Wisconsin. This is the first time I've painted Lindsay, seriously, since October. What is that? Is that like when I met you? I've been such a crank. You guys, Lindsay Snow from Wisconsin. She's one of the best hockey moms ever. Please tell your husband I say hello. All right, so can you guys see the caning? I'm going to start painting on the caning here. Again, the sponge is really helpful. If I used a brush, I think it would have basically clotted up the caning. Oh, by the way, so I asked you, what is this called? This little feature, it's called caning. And usually when you can find this in pristine condition on a Drexel piece, this is a signature feature of a Drexel piece. Oh my God, grab it, nab it. It's wonderful. Caning is lovely. And the reason why I'm using this sponge, because it gives me a lighter disbursement of more control than a brush would, and it won't like clot it up with paint. Because it would be horrible. You know what? I'll zoom you in later because you know I'm all painty. It would be horrible if I clotted up these beautiful features and textures that are in the caning. So that's why I'm using a sponge. Let's put some more on here. Oh, love you too, Lindsay. Yes, it is fun. This is Sublime, Lindsay. Are you working? Are you working, Lindsay? Are you working? I have some followers who like to have, sometimes they have two screens on their desk. They put me on one screen. You know, the one that no one can see. And they have their work screen right next to them. Lindsay, do you have an opinion on which color I should paint the bigger coffee table? We have Marigold, Butter Me Up, and the Monarch. I already have a vote for Butter Me Up from Lorena in Nevada. Oh, I love this, you guys. Do you know what's neat about this too? It's like I can keep going and I can do like 100% coverage. You like my little joke? But you know, I love it too. It's sort of like the, the dry brush technique, where you actually let some of the original finish still peek through. And you know what? Sublime does this really well. It looks so good. Looks so good. So I'm going to play with the, you know, I had a plan. That's one thing. It's like therapy. You come in with a plan, We start with a piece, but then the piece starts speaking to you. Do I sound like a nut? And your plan actually begins to evolve and change. And you know what it is? It's like it's your intuition. I truly believe that intuition is our strongest, most amazing gift in life. And you just got to listen to it. And when you honor it, that's when you have the real fun. You know, don't fight your intuition. Your intuition's your best tool in life. Use it. You're going to love the result. Just trust it. Let me know if I need to move the camera, guys, okay? If anyone has an opinion on what color I should do this big table with, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, Monarch, which is the orange. In the middle, it is Butter Me Up. And on the left is Marigold. Let me know what you guys are up to. As a pair, I like the orange. Oh, are you talking about school's out for summer? Yes, it is, ma'am. So when you say the orange, you're talking about, Lindsay, Monarch, which is the darker orange. If you can just clarify, I should appreciate it. Oh, so I started saying, moving to California, I have no idea what the furniture painting market is. So we moved out here because of my wonderful hubby's job, okay? He's been commuting to and from Madison, Wisconsin to San Fran for 3 years. And, you know, Porch Nook paint business, it can go anywhere, right? It can go anywhere. But I still need to paint because A, my head would explode if it didn't, if I didn't. And then 2, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't have a 2 reason. Drink my drink here. It's going to be 100 degrees today. So that's why I'm painting now. It's California time. What is it? It's probably 11 a.m.-ish California time. So I got to get some painting in before, you know, the weather kicks in. So I don't know actually where to sell my pieces here in Folsom. I'll have to figure that out. Don't want that to gook up. Oh, fresh side. Hello, Ms. Burton. You're between Monarch and Butter. Okay. What the butter would look like. You want to know what butter would look like? Do you want me? I can bring it up closer to the camera for you. How's that sound? I have it on dollhouse furniture. Who wants to figure out what color they want to paint with a paint stick? I say no. I say we can do better. So I put my stuff, my samples on dollhouse furniture. Let me get it up for you. I just want to make sure you know what, I'm going to use this. So you said, what did you say? Ms. Burton, you said, butter me up, butter me up. Okay. This is Butter Me Up. Here's what I'm painting with. Here's Butter Me Up. I have to be honest, I'm secretly hoping you guys are going to say Marigold. I do, which is the deeper, it's like in between the two that are on the table here. Because really, one of my artists in my Porch Nook circle of artists, her name is Wendy. She's in Texas. She's been painting with Marigold, and I actually got really jealous. I'm like, I want to paint with Marigold. So I'm really secretly hoping you guys are gonna pick Marigold. But I already have 1 vote for Butter Me Up, and now it looks like Ms. Burton is between 2 colors. Lindsay, I'll see you later. See you, friend. Kiss noise. Say hi to everybody for me. All right. bring you guys down. But in a good way. I'm going to put you guys down, but in a good way. Let's see. Oh, I got paint all over my thing. That's okay. Bygones. Is that better? Give me a thumbs up. That's better. All right. This is pretty good. So I'm going to put at least 2 coats on this. At least. I'm liking how this is. I was actually planning on 100% coverage, you know, like complete solid color. But I'm loving how the Sublime is playing with the original finish. And I'm wondering, you know, if I should keep doing that. Just let it happen. Sometimes I just have to pick up the piece sometimes because, you know, there's just... you know what my least favorite thing to paint is? Chairs, of all things. Because there's so many angles and spots that you can miss, you know, on the legs. So this is what I tend to do. I just pick up the piece and I manhandle it to make sure I got all my angles. See, it's already pretty much dry to handle, which is nice. So you can just keep working. Can you see what I'm doing? Am I blocking you? Sorry if I am. I need to get like a table that I can put things up high on, and so I don't have to crouch down like an animal. I need to get that figured out. All right, so I say that the piece is dry for handling. Little quiz time. What's the difference between dry and cure? Tell me. See, so now it's pretty much dry for me to handle. And I'm going to paint over it. Here's the thing, and regardless of the brand that you guys work with, whether it be a chalk paint, chalky finish paint, all right, it's very prone to scratching when dry, okay? Even when it's fully cured, it's very prone to scratching. That's why you always have to seal your piece. Always, always, always. Some folks like to skip the sealing just because, oh, it's one less thing, you know, like it's just one more thing they just don't want to do. But in the long term, you're really going to want to seal it. Yeah, so, but the thing is that even when you're doing, let's say you let it dry, let's say 12 hours, right? Pretty dry. Still prone to scratching. So when you apply the second coat, if you're using a brush or even a sponge, actually regardless of what you use, if you push down too hard, you will scratch your first coat. Yes, I'm back. Hey, Joe. Hi, how are you, Joanne? So good to see you. Yes, I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm painting. I'm happy. I'm using Sublime. Here we go. Second coat. Second coat. So I'm trying really hard well, I'm not trying hard. I'm working very gently, putting on my second coat already, because again, chalky finish paint is prone to scratching before you seal it. So you got to use a light touch. So the difference between dry and cure. Okay, dry means that you can handle it. Dry means that, you know, you can work with it. It's dry to the touch. But cure means that you allow it the amount of time needed to reach its maximum durability. Regardless of the brand, to reach full cure potential, for a paint as well as a sealant, it's an average of 28 to 30 days, if you can believe it. Like the big box houses of the world, the Targets, the Bed Bath & Beyonds, all those other folks who have painted like presswood furniture, their pieces have to cure for 30 to 45 days. It's actually the law to assure maximum durability for the consumer. And for safety as well, like a baby, like baby cribs at Target, when they're like a color or even a finish, they have to allow their pieces to cure for 30 to 45 days before it actually gets into the consumer's hand. Does that make sense? So cure just allows a maximum strength. It's hard sometimes for a furniture painting artist, once they're done with the piece, you want to get it on market right away. You do. But I just, if you do that, and that's fine, because I do it too, but you always have to tell your customer, you know what? This piece has about, X number of weeks left for curing. Tell that person. Because, if it's going to be like in a high traffic area of the house, you should let them know that. Because, if one of their kids just walks by it and accidentally scratches it, they would be really upset and sad. And you also want to make sure that they feel successful, for the next furniture painting artist they may buy from. Because if you don't, they have a bad experience, you want to be able to set up the next artist for success. Does that make sense? So again, I'm working with Sublime, which I think is probably Porch Nook's most edgy color. It's definitely not your average rustic furniture color that people use. But Porch Nook is not really about following what's popular. We're all about, we meaning me. Sorry about playing the pronoun game. Hey Stacy, what is your favorite sealant and how long after painting do you want to apply? Good question. I like a lot. All sealants, by the way, are awesome. All sealants work with my paint. Whenever I have a piece that's truly like an artistic piece and it's going to be low traffic item, like more of a decorative piece, not used like, constantly being opened and closed, for example, a cabinet, I love to use wax sealants because there's nothing, you can't beat the buttery sheen of a wax sealant. I just love it. Love it. But for all my other pieces, I use a polyacrylic, water-based polyacrylic. So easy to use, low fumes, low smells. It's safe to use. How about you? Stacey, are you a furniture painter? Tell me. I want to know more about you. Yup, I know what you mean. You weren't sure about the color. I know. It scares a lot of people away. They're like, what? So can you imagine this being like one little accent piece in a room where, you would have this color in a pillow or in in your bedding, right? Or in your curtains. This color is actually found in a lot of places and a lot of patterns out there. And it'd be really fun just to have that one little piece that just draws out that color. All right, let's see, what else do we need to do? I need to remember where I painted. There we go. Here's the thing. Why do I love the shabby chic look? Tell me, why do you like it? I'm assuming you like it because, you're a peep. It's about finding the perfections and the imperfections, right? For me it is, at least. There's the beauty of the imperfections. You can see how it's you see the lines, you see the original finish here. That's okay. It actually makes it look really cool. And when you really shabby it out, what I mean by that, by distressing it, it's just going to make it so visually interesting. It's going to draw the eye. Can you see? Oh, I can't tell if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Here we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. A lot of folks that I've met, they hum, they haw, they don't know, oh, shabby chic, I don't know how to do it. This is a just do, folks. And really, there are some amazing artists, and what they do is totally worth the price tag that they ask for. It is. If you want to do it yourself, I want you to know you can do it, and it's actually affordable. I truly believe, this is me on my soapbox, bear with me, but I truly believe there are a lot of boutiques and brands out there that have completely forgotten the grassroots movement of painting furniture. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. And as a result, they've actually made the practice of the shabby chic look as well as painted furniture affordably, financially unattainable for a lot of people. Let me know if you agree. Like, I'll never forget this time. And I'm never gonna poo-poo the name of a business or a boutique ever. Ever. But there's this, I was checking out a beautiful boutique, painted furniture. They sold a particular line of paint, as well as painting materials. And this young gal, who you could tell was just starting out in life, right, in her early 20s. And you could see her coming into this shop with so much gumption. Like, you could tell she woke up that morning, she's like, I'm going to get my furniture painted. And I heard the story. She was telling the sales lady, like, oh, I just found this piece on the curb. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to paint it. So, I'm just starting out. I got a brand new apartment. I'm on my own for the first time. By the time that salesperson was done with her, she tried to convince this poor young woman that she had to spend about $400, I kid you not, $400 worth of paint, sealant, as well as, tools. I was just, I was really... You could tell that all the gumption in that young woman's face was just gone. So I just want you to know that you can do it, and you can probably do it with the tools that you already have on hand at home. I'm telling you. Listen to me, sisters, and Ben. Ben, usually Ben joins us. I'm sure he's probably busy. He's busy working. Oh, I'm sorry. You've tried a piece. Yellowed the paint. Oh gosh. Okay, so Stacy, did you paint white and then you put the sealant on a white piece? Super frustrating. Want to try more? You're watching from Oregon, Wisconsin. Hi, Oregon. Okay, tell Wisconsin I say hi first of all. So I want to know, Stacy, were you painting a white and then put a sealant on top of it? If that's the case, I'm just going to assume that's the case. What you can do to help that from happening is you can put a little bit of your white paint in the sealant. I am guessing you use like a polyacrylic. If you use a polyacrylic, just put a little bit of your white paint in the sealant, and that will help with the yellowing. Another thing to keep in mind, the piece, if you put it in a high natural light area, meaning direct lighting on it, that will also yellow your piece as well over time. Funny story. So in the past I've posted articles about, the not so good reasons why to paint your cabinetry, your kitchen cabinetry white. It's because one of those reasons, they tend not, first of all, it's so high maintenance to keep clean. But secondly, if you get direct sunlight, it's going to yellow your white, beautiful white, shabby cabinets. So I'm all like, I'm never going to have white cabinetry. Never, 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 never. We bought this house on site unseen. Unseen! And it's got beautiful white cabinetry. I was just, like, my peeps are going to give me such a hard time about this. It was a light gray. Okay, well, I'm thinking you can probably put a little bit of your paint. Again, what you want to do is that you want to put a little bit of the sealant in a separate little bowl, right? Put a little bit of your paint in the sealant to color it up. Then try that. Do yourself a favor next time, Stacy, and don't let that frustrate you. Oh, honey, you just got to keep going. Stacy from Oregon, just keep going, keep painting. Get a board. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to schmutz up my board. Before you work on a piece, go do the Habitat for Humanity. The one on Odana Road in Madison. Is that the closest one to you? Tell me. Odana Road, great place. When you walk into the store, go to your right and you'll see like on the wall, like a shelving containing cabinet boards just like this. Buy yourself a couple, a buck a pop, right? work on a board before you apply it to a piece. Because I can't imagine the emotional investment you put into that piece, as well as physical and financial, and then having that happen. That's frustrating. Go to Habitat for Humanity. Tell them I sent you. Porch Nook sent you. Oh, I'm loving how the sponge. So again, I'm using a sponge today, guys. There are a lot of people who try to convince you that you need to buy like a $60, $80 brush to paint. You don't. This is packaging material from an Amazon shipment, guys. Before I just threw it away, I decided to cut it up, use it for painting. I can just pitch it when I'm done. I would have pitched it anyway. Well, I'm going to pitch it like this now, along with my gloves. So is this coming together, guys? Tell me. So again, I need your opinions. One person was kind of torn between Butter Me Up and Monarch. I got one Butter Me Up vote. But again, I'm really hoping that someone's going to say Marigold. Marigold, because again, Wendy in Texas has been painting with Marigold, and I'm frankly just jealous of her piece, and I want to do one too. All right. So I'm almost done with this piece. And then we'll get going on the coffee table. Can you see this okay? So pretty much, oh, there's a side. I gotta do that side. Pretty much got this whole table done using one sampler, one 4 fluid ounce sampler. So my paint comes in 15.5 fluid ounces in a glass jar. I also have 4 fluid ounces samples. So you can purchase those. And this one sample is pretty much going to let me get this whole table done. Depending on the technique you use, like if I did a dry brush technique on this, I probably would have barely used any of this paint, you know? But here I'm going for heavier, more dense coverage, so yeah, I'm using more paint. Oh, I can't wait to start shadowing this. You guys, this is my first day painting since October. I kid you not. Is it perfect? Nope. No such thing as perfection. It's about finding that perfection in the imperfections. Give me a thumbs up if you get me. Do you get me? Now here's something I like to do sometimes. So I thought again it was going to be 100% solid color coverage. But now that I'm getting into the piece, I'm loving how the Sublime, when you let the original finish pop through, I'm really loving it. I mean, I think I would love it if it was 100% color as well. But I'm really loving it because it's going to makes me want to really shab it up even more. So it's going to be very imperfect. There you go. Imperfect. I have trouble with my salivals sometimes, guys. Oh, Joanne, you're my friend. Wildcat Orange or the Marigold. Thank you for the permission. I agree. So you guys, Joanne in Wisconsin, Verona, Wisconsin. Marigold and Monarch for this table right here. This is a matching set. It's a Drexel set. Rotate this guy. So one thing I like to do, I know I gotta fix my tarp. Hold on. Hold please. Oh. Can you see that okay? Marigold. Thanks, Joanne. You guys, this woman, Joanne, she looks up for me. She's totally like on my team. She always makes me feel good. So we were just becoming, you know, buddies right before we moved to Wisconsin, or moved away from Wisconsin. It made me sad. So sad. So I'm just glad that we can stay in touch this way. Okay. So sometimes you just have to pick up your piece. Sorry if I'm blocking you. To make sure you get all the angles. You know, my nemesis, legs. Legs on pieces. I tend to always find a spot that I always forget to paint. It's crazy. Get some more paint here. So I'm just about done with my sampler here. So again, 4 fluid ounces with this amount of density of paint can get you basically an end table done. But if you want the solid look, you know, the solid piece of just, you know, complete saturated color, you're gonna need a little bit more paint. So you probably wanna go with the jar. And what's neat too, especially with a color this just so out there, just not traditional when it comes to chalky finish paint, find yourself like a glass bottle or some type of accessories to paint. Oh, let me show you, I'll be right back. Like this piece, hold on. Find something like this. Like this is a fleur-de-lis wood box, right? Any type of accessory. You can paint it using the exact same color that you're painting your furniture with to tie everything together. And there's nothing more exhausting, tell me if you agree, there's nothing more exhausting than having to shop, trying to find the perfect color for something, you know, in your room decor. Because it's just near impossible. And frankly, we have, you know, more important things to take care of in our lives. We don't have to clean the house. Joanne, you're so funny. She's right. Long distance friendships are the best because you don't have to clean before they show up, because they're not going to show up. It's true. You're so funny. So this paint, so we were talking about accessories. You can use this paint on glass directly. Glass, wood, plastic, ceramics, metal. Do you know what's really fun? Oh, here's an idea. So all the married gals out there, we thought we were so smart putting those silver-plated platters on our wedding registry, right? Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Give me a heart emoji if yours is collecting dust in the back of a cabinet. My point, get one of those metal platters that you're not using and it's just tucked away, but you won't throw away for sentimental reasons. Paint it with a color of chalky finish paint. And it's gorgeous because usually those metal plate, those silver plated platters have amazing detail and also engraving, embossing, as well as debossed features. And you paint it and then you shab it up and it's just a really fun pop of color that you can put anywhere into a room. So like, for example, if I had a platter, which I don't because my inventory is low because I just moved to California, my inventory needs to be rebuilt. I would have painted a platter this exact color so someone could, you know, just plug it somewhere into their room. Does that make sense? All right. Just gotta make sure there's no like really obvious gaps anywhere here. Oh, I really need more comfortable seating. You know what I should have done? I should have put like a tarp or something over the coffee table. Put this on top of the coffee table so I could at least sit in a chair or something. That's what I should have done. That would have been the smart thing to do. All right. One more little spot. You know, okay. Whoa. Sorry, I'm blocking. I know I'm blocking your view. So sorry. Just trying to get these odd angles real quick. Okay. So as I told you, the paint is, so now again, this paint is dry. All right, I can handle it. I've been working on this for a while. I know, what is it? I'm just gonna find out. I don't know. What time is it? Where are you? Tell me what time zone you are and what time it is. I have no idea. I've actually been taking my time because this is the first time I've been able to paint since September. I swear, too long. But it's already dry. I put 2 coats on it. Here's a little trick. So again, like I said, it's very prone to scratching. That's because it dries not just so quickly. I mean, it's very manageable. So don't be stressed out with chalky finish paint. It will dry pretty quickly, but not so quick that you'd feel like you have to rush and get things done in like a big hurry. It's not like that. But you can play with the fast drying feature of it by, watch this. I can actually, can you see this lip right here? You know what? Hold on. Lip right there, because I know I got comments there. And you can actually, like I said, don't put really strong force when you're applying multiple coats, right? Because you could accidentally scratch your prior layers. But you can actually have fun with it. What do I mean? Like, for example, you can put apply pressure and you pull on it, and it does actually create a little bit of distressing right there. Oh, it's probably too small for you to see. Another thing I like to do is I like to put a big blob of paint on, kind of put it on there. You know, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Put a blob of paint on there. I don't have much left. Okay. Lay it on kind of thick. It's a little trick. All right. You're gonna allow it to dry. We're gonna allow it dry for a second. Just give it a second. And then what we're gonna do is that after it's partially dry, we're actually gonna paint over, brush over it and pull it off. And it kind of creates this, I'll show you in a second. Just let it dry for a second. It's hard to describe. So even though it's a volatile surface while it's still drying, you can still have fun with the volatility. Does that make sense? That's a big word for me, volatile. 3 syllables, volatile. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna pull. You ready? So here's where I put the blob. I'm just gonna, and you just kind of, I don't know if you can see it on camera very well, but now I got sort of like this imperfected, like bubble where the original finish can be seen. You know what I'll do someday? I'll do it up really close one day on camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm sorry that you guys can't see that very well. All right, my sponge is pretty much done. So when also the integrity, like I'm using a sponge today just because I don't feel like cleaning brushes. You gotta watch out for the integrity of the sponge to make sure, you know, it doesn't start falling apart on you. And there we have it. So again, it's about loving those imperfections. This is not a perfect table. I originally came in here thinking I'm gonna cover this 100%. But then after seeing how the color responds to the original finish, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have fun with the finish to make it appear a little bit more rustic. All right. I'm just doing it one more glance over. Now, if you guys want to achieve a really clean, solid color look, do yourself a favor. Just do 1 coat a day. 1 coat a day. Really. You'll like the results. It'll be smoother. You won't run the chance of kind of pulling or accidentally scratching your prior coat. And to fight that natural instinct, you just want to start fiddling with it immediately. Let me know if you agree with what I'm saying. There's a tendency where we just want to keep going and not stop. Do yourself a favor and put your coats on in the evening. That way you have to sleep while it dries. That way there's no chance of you coming over early. Yeah, there we go. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, I love the caning. Love the caning. Oh, I have like one little bit of paint left, maybe right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys off the clip, and we're going to look at this piece up close together. Let me know if you like that idea. So there we go. One table, one sample bottle of Sublime. Love it. All right. Easy peasy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys off the clip. I'm just going to show you the piece up close. Then I'm going to take a quick break. I need to eat something. I'm feeling a little peaked, and it's starting to get hot here. It's going to be 100 degrees here in Folsom, California. So I'm going to need to just get a little bit of food in my stomach and eat. And then we're going to start working on, I'll come back on live and we'll do the coffee table using Marigold. So, all right, I'm going to take you off the clip. Check it out. 1 second. I'm going to flip you guys around. Flip. There we go. Okay, so Sublime. So usually when people see the jar, they're like, oh my God, that's a really bright, intense color. And people tend to be a little bit scared of it. And rightfully so, I get it. But that's why I made it, is because I want to push the envelope when it comes to furniture paint colors. There we go. Here's the caning by using the sponge. You see this? Yeah, I'm shipping paint, Joanne. So if you like any of the colors, there are, I listed 4 colors in the subject title to this live. Sublime, as well as the Monarch, Butter Me Up, and Marigold. Okay, so you can see what I was talking about the caning. Now, if I were to have used a regular brush, let me get you even closer. If I were to use a regular brush, you would see how it would have clotted these beautiful little features of the caning. Give me a thumbs up if you see what I'm saying. So using the sponge, I knew that I could control my disbursement of paint and, yeah, and not clot anything up. I love it. Caning is a traditional feature of the Drexel line of furniture. So, and here, you can see, yeah, it's not perfect. That's okay, because I'm going to shab this up anyway. And I love seeing the potential of how the original finish is going to peek through once I'm done distressing it. I'm going to probably go back in here after I go off live. I can eat some food in my stomach. Probably do a little bit of touch up along the cracks here. There's like, accidentally did a little scratch here, right? That's not something you would normally see in a rustic piece of furniture that's been painted decades and decades ago. So I'll probably fix these up a little bit. Yeah. That's the beauty of chalky finish paint. Oops, sorry, my hand's in your face. If you don't like what you did, you can just paint over it. Try distressing. If you don't like the distressing you do, paint over it. Total do-over. Just like life should be, right? Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I am. I'll go back on live in a bit. I'm gonna recharge my phone too a little bit too. You guys take care. I will see you soon. Stay cool. 100 degrees here. See you soon. Bye.